Hey everybody, this is Mac, and this is Systems of Equations Solving by Graphing version C. We have a version A and B, and we have a video of me working these out on a whiteboard at maxtutorials.com. I hope you guys can get there, and if you can like and subscribe to this video, I would certainly appreciate it. Now, we have all different forms of how we graph. So if you understand Chapter 5, this is really easy. If you don't understand Chapter 5, which is just basic grading, you may want to go back. It might help you in this section because I'm going to go through how to graph these pretty quickly. I'm going to assume that you've already learned this stuff from Chapter 5. Okay? And if not, that's okay. Just go back and do it. So on this one, I'm going to look at the top one. This is point-slope form. And in point-slope form, I'm given a point with my x here. That's my x. Cross that out, make that better. There's my x and there's my y. Now, it's going to be opposite signs that are given. And so the x is going to be 0 because there is no opposite sign of 0. But my y is going to be a -1. Okay? Because if you remember, the formula is y minus 1. That's the formula. So if it says +1, it means that that's an actual -1 that you plugged into the formula. So that's my starting point. And again, if that was a little confusing to you, I go over it a lot in that other chapter. Now I went up 3, right 1, which is the same as down 3, right, left 1. There we go. Okay. Now number 1, we have a +4, down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1. Boom, boom. 1, 2 is our answer. That means if I plug in 1 for x and 2 for y, it'll work for the top and it'll work for the bottom. Let's go on to number 2 here, okay? I'm going to go -1, and I'm going to go down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1. Okay, and that is my line for this one. Now, let me show you. This is in standard form. We didn't talk a lot about this, but let's go ahead and find the y-intercepts on this. So, for example, if I plug in 0 for y, I'm going to get 2x equals 1, which means x equals 1/2, which means that I've got a fractional answer, and I don't like that, so I don't want to do the intercepts because it's not going to cross the x where I want it to. So, let's just go the way where I do this. Well, I tried, guys. I tried to do something different. All right, so I'm going to go -2x, -2x. Again, I hate solving by graphing because we never know if it's going to work or not until we're done. I'd rather do one I know is going to work right away. So I'm going to start at +1, and I'm going to go down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1. Sorry, that was an accident. And then boom, I find out that that's the crossing point. And that's at 2, -3. Okay? 3, here we go. So I'm going to get 3x minus y equals -10. That's in standard form. But we learned how to move this around. I'm going to move my x to both sides. Okay, and that'll leave me with a -y equals, I write the x next because that's part of the point-interslope form. And when I change everybody's signs, which I'm allowed to do, I'm really just dividing by -1. I get that as an answer. Oh boy, that is a crazy answer. Okay, because I ran out of room. There's 7, they give you 8, 9, and 10 would be right there. Okay, so that's where it crosses at 10. Now I got to go up 3 over 1. Well, up 3 over 1 is definitely not going to work. But do you agree that 3 over 1 is the same as -3 over -1? It is. So I can go down 3, left 1. Down 3, left 1. And this is what I'm going to have to do because I'm going to run out of graph, which is also why I like to solve by ways of not graphing, because sometimes the graph doesn't have enough for you to do it in. Now let's go on the bottom one right here, okay? The point they give me, remember, you go opposite. So my x is going to be -3, and my y is going to be +1. So if I go -3, 1, I'm going to put a dot right there. Well, guess what? That's my crossing point. I'll finish it out as a slope of 2 over 1, right? So up 2 over 1, and I'll get some kind of a line here. But that right there is the crossing point, which is -3, 1. And that, my friends, is the answer for that. Number 4, let's start with y equals mx plus b right here. I'm going to start at -4, and I'm going to go up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2, or down 1 over 2. And I've got a nice graph that looks something like that. On this, my point is going to be 0, negative 4, because 0 is 0, okay? And they give me a plus 4, which means my y is going to be a minus 4. So it's going to be right there, which is already given. If I want to do a line just to be complete, that's great. I'm going to do the slope of negative 1, but really that's my answer, which is going to be 0, negative 4. All right, let's go on. All right, so on this one, the standard form, let's go ahead and just go y equals, if I minus 2x to both sides, right? Y equals negative 2x plus 11. So 8, 9, 10, 11. Sorry about that. Hey, I'm a music teacher, and those look like ledger lines. Cool. Hey, that's a high E. Here we go. Ready? Or G. Here we go. We're going to go down 2 over 1. Down 2 over 1. Down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1, so on and so forth. Now let's do this one right here. I have a starting point. My x is going to be 3. My y is going to be 5. 3, 5. Oh dear, I already found it. My slope is 1/2, up 1 over 2. We really don't need to do this. We already found our answer. It's going to be right here, which is going to be 3, 5. Okay, number 6, I'm going to be honest, this one's a little tricky. I wish this one wasn't asked here, and I apologize for that. But just to show you what to do, we're going to do this first one, which is up on 4. We're going to go down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, so on and so forth. Agreed? On the next one, I'm going to move the x over here. And guess what I get when I do that? Y equals negative x plus 4. Well, look, do they look similar? They're the exact same line. So if you have a line on top of each other, the question is, what's the answer? And the answer is y equals negative x plus 4. If you look in the answer key, they said 2 and 2, which is fine. But really, any dot that makes this line true is going to work. So what about 0 and 4? Does that work? And it does. What about 2 and 2? Sure works. What if x is 1 and y is 3? Does that work? Plug it in and you're going to find out. Yeah, you know what? It does. So any x and y that make this line true will be the system of equation for 6. So what's the system of equation? The line. Okay, so this one's wrong down here on number 6. The solution is the line. Okay, 2 and 2 is one possible solution, but there are more. All right, let's go on to number 7. So we'll start on the bottom right here, which is just y equals mx plus b. I see that that's a quick, easy one, so I want to do that first. Up 2 over 1. I run out of room. Up 2 right 1 is the same as down 2 left 1, down 2 left 1, and boom. And on this next one, I'm going to have a starting point of 1, 3, which is going to be 1, 3. And we're going to do a slope of negative 3 over 1. So it's down 3 over 1. Now you see if I go this direction, we're never going to cross. So I'm going to have to go the other way, up 1, 2, 3, and over 1. And if you're going to see, these are not going to cross out of a point. So if the answer key gave us an answer, it's wrong. But 7 you cannot solve by graphing. That's really the true answer. Okay, so yeah, see, they cross right here. I don't know why the answer key gave that. That's me coming up with problems and trying to use AI. This is why AI should not run the universe. Okay, human power is better. Okay. Here we go. We're going to start at negative 8. We're going to go up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. It generally makes pretty good problems when I'm trying to develop a worksheet. I'll give it commands and tell them what I want, and it does a pretty good job of it usually. Sure didn't hear. So now in the second one, if you notice, the x is 4, the y is 0. Well, that's right there. I don't even need the graph anymore. That's where they're going to cross. Now, if you want down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, we can make a line and all that. But the real answer here is going to be 4, 0. Okay, doke. All right, guys. Well, that's it on Systems of Equation by Graphing. I hope this really helped you. And we'll go on and do some things that I think are more accurate, which is solving by substitution and my favorite, solving by elimination. So I'll see you guys on those sections. Take care.